Dallas home for podcasts, live streams, and unfiltered conversations. This is Dallas On Air.
All around media is taking over.
So we can hold him. Security
turn us up.
Grab me by the shoulder.
What's that?
Go, you got him tweaking in this bitch, and I can't hold him. If it's that, just let me know. Gon' pour them out and check the score. I don't care who you was before. You still.
Hold on. Snap a little bit. Hold on. Turn it down a little bit, Angel.
She came in snapping.
Hold on, y'all. What's happening, everybody? It's Thursday, y'all. Hold on now. It's the Keep It a Buck podcast, episode 96, presented by All Around Media. God damn it, it's your boy Santana. We got a special guest in the building, y'all. Hold on right quick. Let me give him an intro right quick. Nice little intro right quick. He is the living legend, y'all. Custom home and aquarium, indoor atrium service, drone delivery service. Just a pioneer in the business, entrepreneur business, just in general, y'all. We got Dr. Baker in the building, man. Come on, let's give him a round of applause right quick. Dr. Baker, if you could, formally tell them first, the first name along with the Baker, just so they can formally know you.
That was the best intro ever.
Come on now.
Thank you, gentlemen, for having me on.
Come on.
This is crazy. I've been hiding in the shadows for a little bit, but hey, my kids are starting the business now. Mm-hmm. So, yes, we are expanding now to Denver, Colorado. We'll be in Windsor, Denver, and Dallas.
Come on
it's
now.
official. 47 years old.
Come on now.
And, I feel like I've already lived 100 lives.
Come on now.
I'm not even kidding. And I feel like I'm 15 years old, so it's crazy.
And if you can, introduce your best friends, your companions.
Oh, okay. So I also go by Kway. No, I'm kidding.
Come on now. Y'all, if y'all can see, come on now, y'all. And they literally fully trained, y'all.
Yeah.
Man, been doing this, y'all. So like I said, we got a crazy show for y'all. We got a crazy show. We go, Tay, if you could, introduce yourself.
Coach Tay.
Uh-oh.
Coach Tay.
Oh, here we go. Uh-oh.
Crazy.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Coach Tay is keeping it buck.
This motherfucker.
Hey.
I'm telling you. Come on. What'd you say, Coach Tay?
Yeah, Coach Tay. Happy Thursday, man. We here with another one.
Hey,
y'all see.
Go widescreen, Angel, if you don't mind. But y'all, hey, the call lines are open, 469-708-8609, y'all. We're going to talk about the cannabis business. We're going to talk about the entrepreneurship, all that stuff, y'all. We done about to ghost out. Right quick, if we can, right quick. Let's start out by this. Before we even get into the business stuff and everything, man, just tell everybody a little bit, like, where you from? You know what I'm saying? Where you from?
Dallas, Texas. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you best describe yourself growing up? Before we can even get into the cannabis business, how would you best describe yourself growing up?
In one word, easy.
Mm-hmm.
Plano.
Just plain, easy and plain.
Nah, Plano.
Yeah, Plano.
No, like my dad named the city.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Plano, which meant flat. Like plain, and it was Native American, so they were going to do that. My dad, he's foreign, and he had one of the votes in the say in the name, and he's funny. My dad's hilarious. Mm-hmm. He speaks 7 languages, so he's like really sharp. He looked over at Harvey Kerner, and he looked, and Sigmar Kohler, he looked over, that was my dad, and he says, Plan Zero. Calls it Plan Zero.
Right, you good.
Oh, no, you good.
It's the ghost now. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm not used to like technology, y'all.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's just so they can hear you better.
Write like hieroglyphics on the walls. But yeah, no. So I started out Dallas, and I started out really black sheep of the fam. Actually, I didn't even know about my family until I turned 30. I didn't even go into Walmart till I was 30.
Huh? Seriously?
First time I was at Walmart.
That's where you was going,
30 years
Kroger?
old. Been to
Albertsons?
Kroger. No, but usually Whole Foods and stuff. But
So what was your you know, and it's good. Everybody and you know everybody got their own way and personalities. So what was just your thing? Like was it always
I
just
didn't know about it.
Right.
I literally didn't even know about it. It was invisible.
Okay.
I flipped the fuck out when I went to Walmart.
That is crazy.
Like literally like anxiety attacks.
I felt like everyone of the people around me didn't want me to get shit early. That I would have had the whole thing figured the fuck out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, dude, there was everything. You're not supposed to have access to everything. You know,
I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
You wouldn't give your baby everything.
Right.
You wouldn't give him a whole aspirin.
Right.
If it was a newborn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You'd only give him a little. And that's really the way that it was. Is my people had everything. They had all of the resources in the world. So I didn't yearn or want anything. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
But the reason why I was kept from Walmart, ready? This is gonna really trip y'all out.
Let's go.
Man, this is gonna sound. Can we get racist?
You gotta keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck. This you. This.
Keep it a buck.
I get to get racist on here. All right, check it out. There are two types of white people in the world. Okay, man. There's these type of white people over here, man.
Straight up.
And then there's these type of white people over here, man. And they don't sit at the same table ever. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Make a lot of
It
sense.
Make a lot of sense.
There you go.
It make a lot
And
of
I
sense.
am a hybrid.
We say that for all cultures, though. We honestly be feeling like that's within every culture.
Yeah, it is.
Probably. You know. Now that I think about it, yeah, you're right.
Right. No, I mean, just
No,
in
because
reality.
I got it, like if I separate everyone now in race, I got some hood ass friends. I got some Carlton ass friends.
Right.
You
Best
know
of
what I'm
both
saying?
worlds. Best of both
Yes,
worlds.
and sometimes not. Sometimes so extreme it's the worst of
Yeah.
both. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes complete sense.
Let me explain. Like, if y'all like to smoke weed,
For sure.
okay. If you remember OG, the original Ghost OG, okay. A lot of people, they walked it with every other strain. They crossed it with this, and they invented their own shit. Everyone got rich off that one mother strain. But what I noticed is some people were crossing it with other strains, and they would breed the good qualities out, and they would breed the shit qualities in.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That happens with human beings.
Where
Good
did some of your
analysis.
love come from with the cannabis? Like, how did that start?
That's a love-hate relationship. Let me explain. So, like I said, the cannabis game for me, it was a whole life. Like, I don't know anything else. Gosh, I can be 100. Check it out. So, man, some of my first jobs early on. All right, so look, we all saw movies, right? We were all watching movies and shit growing up. Here was the problem. When I saw the movie, all I had to do was go, hey, can I get a credit card? And I could go and do whatever the fuck I just saw on TV times 10. And times fucking 10. And I had the wherewithal to record my whole life. So I have shit from the early 90s, 1994, when Bone Thugs just dropped. All right, I was watching fucking all the Jewish white kids at Park Hill Junior High lose their fucking mind over that album.
You had it.
I had it first. I was one of the first in Dallas. I had it before you, Pookie, and Lucci. Oh, Brian knows me. Yeah,
Right.
I told him I was coming on here.
Yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to him.
Shout out B.
Shout out to B.
Yeah.
But as far as even saying that, I want to talk about that. So
Yeah,
that's
I
just
said, it's like you got to get into my brain. I smoked one like on the way in here and shit, and then I got like.
But keep it real. That's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
the harsh reality of it. Like some people handle it the right way, and some people do it another way. But you
Fact.
you knew you had access.
I had access, and I had older siblings that at one point I believe really loved me, and they were very interested and involved. So I was like raised by a 15, a 13, and an 11-year-old. You know what I'm saying? My mom was drunk for the first half of my life, like unavailable. much better when she was drunk. Like, I get whatever I want if she was drunk. If she wasn't drunk, she was crazy. And it's that Irish fucking Jewish that's just... So, she, I know.
So that's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Being in the situation, you having access and whatever the case may be,
we had
where did the
much.
grit come from? And then you just said
We
a
had
little
too
bit
much,
about
and I got to see as the baby, I got to see what too much would do right away. I was like, oh no. You know what I mean? I was like, not that, not that, not that. You know, I got to try everything, but that's it. I knew things weren't for me right off the rip. You know what I mean? And then I had OGs. And they knew my personality. They were like, this dude right here is so manic that if you guys give him anything but weed, you're gonna have to come talk to us. And that's what some of the OGs and they'd say that about me.
Where did you start your first grow?
First grow?
Yeah.
My parents' house. It was in my bedroom, in my closet.
Got your little...
What's the highest you been? I want to know.
Honestly,
Tell me the highest you ever been.
All right.
Ever been in your life. I'm going to tell you as high as I've been.
I got cats in Detroit that will right now tap in right here and go, he is not bullshitting. Okay? I used to get paid to go out to Detroit for 4 months at a time. And they would hide me in a basement. All right? Because I didn't look like anybody in Detroit besides the police. And because of my vocabulary and my knowledge, my homie would look at me and go, nuh-uh, cop vibe. And I'd be like, fuck, really? And, and he's like, yeah, really? And I'm like, damn it, so what do we do? You know, and he's like, you do not go to the Murder Mac, stay off anything from Exit 9. You know, I was off Joy Road, okay? Exit 9, shout out, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, Eminem didn't go over there. All right, speaking of, I'm gonna trip all of y'all out right now. You want me to trip y'all out now or at the end?
Keep it a stack.
You got your phones?
Yeah.
Google 19946 Dresden. This is the biggest plug I've had, so I'm putting it out there right now.
Damn.
Well, yeah, somebody go one more time. Say that one more time.
1994 Dresden, Detroit, Michigan.
As far as back then,
Yeah, you got to keep me on track.
back then versus now,
Yeah.
with the quality of weed, the strands. Oh, we was talking about
How
highest
high?
you ever
Yeah.
been. Yeah, the highest you
I've
ever been.
Was scary. You know what I'm saying? It was,
Same here.
honestly, it wasn't off cannabis.
Oh, shit.
No,
Okay.
No, the highest I ever was off something called salvia.
Okay, let's stick to marijuana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say was what strand or combination of? Because I know you have THC
Yeah,
liquids,
what is
this?
edibles.
My favorite combo ever is my daily. I like dripping 1 drop of
Oh.
distillate oil. So I do a live resin drop on top of a flower, on any of my top shelf cannabis flower, and I put that in a gravity bone.
Yeah,
So
that's
no
that
papers,
shit.
no.
You do
no,
gravity bone,
cigars.
bro. We used to do that as
In high
kids,
school,
bro.
I haven't stopped since y'all did it.
I got a partner that still do them.
So in your experience and for all the years you've been doing it, what, if any, what are the differences in how you smoke via bong, papers, backwoods, cigar wraps? Like what? Like are there any differences, if any?
Yeah, there's a lot of difference. So I hate big tobacco, like the big company tobacco. All right, I don't mind the medical benefits of nicotine. It's actually very beneficial. 18 forms of the C word are destroyed with proper use of nicotine in levels, in medical levels. This is proven. A lot of the athletes, you guys will notice, are chewing that Zyn. They know.
Oh, somebody said that address was Eminem's house when he was a kid.
Excellent. Somebody did their research.
Thank y'all for
Appreciate that, Butch.
I chat live.
Now, if you go to the Google Street View, you'll notice that blank land. You know, it got destroyed in 2013. Some lady tried to buy it, and she was too Karen. So the hood, no, she bought it for 80 grand, which was insane. It had only sold
that's crazy.
for 30,000 up until that point. So anyway, while I was out doing my thing, I got bored. You know what I'm saying? I already got yelled at for going to the Murder Mac. You know, I got yelled at for going out to the liquor stores and shit. So I'm literally supposed to stay for 4 months in a basement. Okay. Yeah, prison couldn't hold me, man. So you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so like,
for sure.
I gotta go. And yeah, dude. So where was I at? The bird fucked with me.
No, we good. I was finna ask Tay, you ain't talk about your highest moment.
Okay. So it was
that gas mask.
Oh really?
Ooh, yeah. My cousins had my cousin had actually got the embassy. My cousin them had got a hotel at the embassy, suite at the embassy. All of us was there. We shooting dice.
Okay.
I wasn't really a weed smoker at this time.
How you go from the dice game to a gas mask, Tay?
No, I'm just telling you the environment. So everybody kicking it, eating pizza, gambling, they smoking. I wasn't really a big smoker like that at the time. Put that gas mask on. Hit that mud, all that shit got clogged up. I damn near felt like I wanted to throw up.
Your ass in there done damn near died.
I'm talking about slob, just everything.
Oh shit.
Brian Williams, 1994. We're 15 years old. I leave Home Depot and I had cut PVC about 4 foot.
What?
Yeah, a 4 foot PVC. We took his dad's gas mask from Vietnam.
Damn.
From under his fucking bed. And when his parents left town, sorry Scotta, sorry Walker, but we fashioned that shit to the gas mask. All right, then I took a regular slide, a butterfly slide bowl, and it fit about almost a G, about 0.9, and I just fucking crammed it, and literally, dude, when I tell you we bent that kid, we put our foot on his back and we strapped that thing to his fucking face. All right.
Favorite strand, just real quick before brother gets to the next question. What's your favorite? Yeah, your favorite strand.
I'm gonna have to say either Ghost OG, or I'm gonna have to throw another strain you guys will never have heard of, Black Dior.
I don't think I ever heard of it.
Damn, I want to say.
I thought you were gonna say Black
What about that? What was that shit we heard about all the time? El Pollo Gold or some shit like that?
Oh, the Acapulco Gold.
Yeah.
I've actually recently come across that. And
what about White Widow? Shit like
the
that?
Widow.
That's what I ain't seen in a long time.
I can get Widow. I actually have. I actually have a Widow strain in my pocket. But the Widow that I get, it's used for CBD. So everyone loves it because of the look, the taste. The high is not there.
Talk about the misconceptions when it comes to weed, because I want people to, because it's getting nowadays. You do have the sprayed on weed, all that stuff, but just break it down to us. Give us the weed. Give us the real.
Check it out. You can put whatever you want in a container, as long as your QR codes and your labels match. Then it's legal.
So like some shit too, son.
All cannabis tests for THCA, THCP, THC. All of it. The only reason it was ever illegal in 1968, when Richard Nixon and the Dangerous Drug Administration had come full forward and said, hey, we're going to ban this. It was banned under racial oh my God, this was crazy. Do you not know the law? Y'all Google this. Whoever found the M&M house, we'll get back to that in just a second. Whoever's really sharp like that and you're already on it, stay on it. Check this one. All right?
This is about THC. We're
going to say why cannabis was first illegal. Does anyone know before I say it?
Go ahead.
Does anyone know?
Nobody need to know. No, I'd like to know details.
This is crazy. Written in our law, it says that cannabis sativa gives white women eyes for black men. And that was the law, and that is why marijuana is illegal.
Damn.
Tell that to everybody in Oakland, California in 2010 and see if everyone doesn't say fuck voting and then we'd go flip on its head. That's what we did, Proposition 19. I have the original document.
Oh!
Boy, I'm finna pull out them damn K-files.
What's in the briefcase?
Like, if y'all get stuck on that Google, I got my paperwork.
Hey, Fudge, come on, Fudge.
It's about that paperwork.
Look it up, Fudge.
Okay, I wanted to ask this question too, right? Because you mentioned CBD oils and stuff.
Yeah. And you said something about the differences and all that.
Hold on, Tay. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was basically finna touch into what are, because I don't know how true it is, and if any, what are certain benefits that can help people that have cancer?
Okay. Really?
Like with the CBD oils and different stuff.
Okay, so
if any, because I don't really know for real. We always heard, but I never really knew.
A lot of what people don't like to say is the truth is all healing, all life, it's God. You could, no weapon formed against you could even do anything when you're walking with him. Let me explain something, and you guys will know this because it lies with everybody here. There's a reason why you're unscathed. There's a reason why you can walk through that kind of fire and not get hurt.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but it's like, you're not going to die until you know you're going to die. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. We're getting deep now. Pause. We're getting deep.
Yeah.
Pause.
Now we can.
It's like discernment.
Yeah. But the thing about this is this: everybody in this room has always wanted to be a part of something bigger than themselves. Everybody in this room knows what it's like to serve with honor and understand why somebody would spend the rest of their life serving. They'd also relate to the same kids that walk up in a school and are sick of bullying and gun everybody down in that school. It's the same human being.
Yep.
I want everyone to tap in on this. Ready? As I'm speaking and everybody's listening, you have a voice that's still going on in your head that's narrating.
That's for sure.
So as I speak, everybody here is aware of the mic, over the light, the pigeon, all that. You're absorbing all that, right? So as that voice is narrating, even as I speak and I'm in y'all's movie, there's another voice that's listening. There's another thing listening to that voice. So which one are you?
No, it's deep. You the subconscious, the conscious, and then you just name a different
I
level
think
from
we
there.
are the observer.
Yeah.
Because it's a gift.
Yeah.
I be feeling like when I'm asleep, I'm in a different realm.
You are.
Yeah, for sure.
It's called REM. You achieve rapid eye movement when you actually leave. Your body gets lighter when you literally hit that realm of sleep. It takes a pitch black room. It takes sometimes you have to be at the state of exhaustion to even hit it. A lot of the times, if you're guilty as fuck and you go to jail, you want to know what they look for? They know you're guilty as shit if you go right to sleep.
You know what's so crazy? I done heard officers say that though on like little TV shows.
People that go right to sleep usually they know they did it and they're already cool with it.
Go on. How important is information?
That's it. It's an information war right now. So that's what's going to end the world.
So with that being said, what's some of the best advice as far as like business, entrepreneurship that you could give? So
honestly,
I know you don't talk to many people, but
honestly, it's simple. Just tap in. Everyone can do this. If you can get just clean, quiet, and still, watch this. For 3 gentlemen that are in this room today, I'm not including myself, for them to be able to tap into silence at will is luxury. Do you know how many people don't even have this long to get that quiet? And that is all it takes, is for you to be able to get in that space and stay in that space and talk to your creator. And so here's what's up. You'll know what you want to do. You'll love it. And it's crazy because it might be hard as shit and it might take forever. But here's the thing. If it benefits others in the long run, it was good.
come on now.
If it comes quick, you might get the cribs and everything, you know what I'm saying? But then it ends the friendships, people's lives, all kinds of shit's like death comes to it, then it was of the devil. And the devil doesn't ever show up ever looking like the devil, because then you wouldn't make the deal.
Would you say how you look, your perspective at life, your morals, your belief, that was embedded in you or over time?
Bloodline, obviously. It's in our hearts. Somewhere, someone in my bloodline has had such an encounter with something that is either not secular and super metaphysical, and the only thing that can explain it is biblical text. It's the only thing that comes close. You know what I mean? And for that to be that's the fact. It's like, look at what the first thing written. How come the first thing written still can't be? That's like the first battle can't be beat. You know what I mean? It's like you wouldn't watch sports if the first team that won kept winning the whole time forever.
Well, my Patriots, you know.
Get it.
My Patriots. I don't know about that. My Patriots, you know what I'm saying?
I got a question, right? Because you said growing up, you had all the resources.
I did.
You could just reach out, ask, whatever. What approach did you take with your kids? Because I know you told us that one of them graduated.
Two boys.
Two boys.
So
you know, and everything. So, what was your approach?
you see the animals?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine how I was when I had babies?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
Caring,
sense.
nurturing.
Yeah, for sure.
But the only one that ever saw that was like one person.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be married to her.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? She'd see that side.
Right.
Nobody saw that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, the fact that I'm a ghost is crazy. Because, and this shows you why I was X'd out by them and who they are. And they were my people. And otherwise, y'all would have known. Yeah, see, I never want, give me the money, fuck the fame.
Mm.
I always said that. You know what I mean? Sorry, honey, what was your name? Gotta blame that typical strain, tropical cane. Peruvian cane, proven to put your power to shame.
Yeah.
The power to blame, so you win in the war's insane. How you gonna fight the same guys, they fly the planes? Control the fucking borders, but they load the fucking trains. Speaking of train, can you hear the choo-choo when you taste the drain? Speaking of drain, I'm gutter. Drain my lizard on your mother. Run a train with Sancho and Jody on your lover. Bitch, it's like butter. Collaborator, imagine a rain against the fucking shut up. Guess what, bitch? I switch and use another rubber. Well, looks like Lude's got a red pen again. See, I'd start offending men, women, and all kinds of gentlemen when I start rapping like Eminem. But see, it was like Dallas, Texas. So I said the metrosexual men are just dressing like too feminine. Taking longer than your bitch just to get dressed to watch wrestling.
Hey, somebody said, yeah, be rabbit now for real, Rose.
Oh, my soul.
Hey.
So let me ask you a question. For real, how?
Okay, I did that because, look, they were saying ADD. They were saying ADHD. They were saying you're autistic. They were saying all this shit, right? And my mom was just, what the fuck are you saying? This is my baby. You know? And then you say another fucking word and I'll end you. And she wasn't kidding.
Damn.
So, like I said, I was a baby with all those resources. She was a force to be reckoned with. That, imagine, you wouldn't give a gun to just anybody, okay? Because they would be reckless, right? She was a little bit reckless for the first half of my life. So, that soft side, when I had my babies and everything like that, it was very short-lived. It was just enough time to ingrain. All the credit goes to their mom. She kept them safe. She kept them in that bubble that is so difficult to maintain, especially in a world that like just wants to just rip it, especially if you come from hustling.
Right.
You can't show your face. You don't have an ID. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
No, what you saying?
Like, look, took 10 years to get a driver's license replaced because they were on it. It sucks when, you know, you use your real name and your shit just goes all the way down to the bottom. I'm not kidding. I remember walking in and I remember my friend. Can I tell it? I'll tell it real quick. We walked into a situation and he goes, look, man, I just need you to stand in the room quiet, put some shades on, and keep your hands in your pockets and don't say a fucking word. He's like, I just need somebody. And I was like, all right, shit, dude, whatever. I'm 200 pounds at the time with a mouthful of gold.
Oh.
Right? And I was calling Paul Wall out every fucking day. All right? Every day. He knows. We're cool. And he went through his little, and he got all fat. You know what I'm saying? He went through sipping that shit, and that opiates does that. And I'm glad that we never bumped heads because we're cool. You know what I'm saying? Another shout out. But so my boy Joe was our link to him. Joe Cool and Paul, they kicked it like it was crazy. Where did I go? My ADD does this shit.
No, you good. We was just talking about growing up.
Yes, and so I don't know where were we at. DJ.
I definitely feel like we was talking along the lines of
okay, having too much resources.
having too much-
Okay,
with the kids. Yeah.
So I was.
That's that weed job.
Yeah.
It really is, man. I had that. I had an image to keep up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so look, I'm aware of what I looked like. You know what I mean? And all of my homies at the time we were growing up, we all grew up together. But it was crazy because there was a few people that looked like me. We had to go extra hard just to be accepted. We felt like that. We thought we did.
That's crazy.
Some of the homies are like, "Hey, Kway, no," because they'll be like, "Say, bro, no, fuck that. This is what." Hell nah, Kway ain't coming. We're going to jail tonight. If I come, everyone's like, "Fuck that, we're going to jail."
So that's a fault. So, cause I've been hearing you say a few things, and it just make me wonder. And it's good because we got people that tap in.
Yeah.
So that's just really like a stigma when they say like, cause a lot goes on in our community.
I watched that stigma get written into the narrative, and I went, "That's weird."
Does
that make sense?
Because we have a lot of
To
problems
somebody,
within our community, and a lot of our people will say, all white people come together. But it's like, from what I'm hearing you say, it's kind of like that's not even all the way true.
But watch this. At the same time, watch this.
White people
we
will
don't
never
keep it a
come.
buck. Watch, we don't keep it a buck.
Yeah.
And I can get why people turn into ghosts, because you got people who are color who saying, man, he ain't had it hard. He ain't really have it hard. You know what I'm saying? Just because.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
The
used
color
to
of it.
that.
But you know what I'm saying? That's why I
Yeah.
understand. It don't matter what color it is. That's why I understand why certain people go to ghosts and go off the scene, because I may have had resources. I did have certain people.
No,
but
let me tell you
can
what.
still be an outcast.
Comment, I got a question too.
I never, and there's about 7 to maybe 12 of my friends, 7 to 12 of us. If you ever catch me on platforms, you'll see that all my mutuals, I have 92 mutual friends with most of my people. It's a lot. It's a big network. It's crazy. But here's the thing. We don't see each other. Ever. We look each other up. We'll hit each other up. Maybe send a wire, whatever. But it's like only if there was a fucking funeral, or if somebody was like a major nice event, like my son's graduation or something. Do people even get together?
Right.
One of the people in the comments got a question. They wanted you to answer the question about the resources as far as because you said that your parents just basically gave you everything. How were you with your children?
Okay. So, like I said, I bought into the rap game too. You know what I'm saying? I thought that shit was real. You know what I mean? And I thought I had to live that way, when I was in it. And so, hustle mentality, I went as hard as I could. I mean, I was the first one out of my group of friends in my early 20s to buy houses. You know what I'm saying? Baby mama and I got like nice, huge cribs, bigger than people's parents' house type shit. Fish tanks in every room. And I started an aquarium business. But since I had that outer image everyone was like, oh, he's selling drugs. And I learned early on that advertisement, whether it's good or bad, it's advertisement. So the streets of Dallas, they'll say all kinds of shit about you when you're doing good.
That's a fact. You ain't saying nothing wrong.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of and look, the more I defend it, the more I'd look like I was lying. And the more I would tell you the truth, it would really sound like I was lying. So I learned how to just blend in and kind of just make up a generic lie that everyone would be like cool with, because then they wouldn't question. Like, what do your parents do? Oh, my mom was a teacher and my dad was like a baker and he broke his back, got retired. Everyone would believe that.
Right.
They would never question again what the fuck my boring parents did. They'd go on with it.
Right.
So that's what I ended up doing.
So you made them. Would you say you just handed them the resources, or you kind of made them work a little bit, or how was that?
Put it this way, for any of your viewers, because we're going to get a couple that go, no. I'm going to actually tap in, and I'm going to slide you the phone, and you can look it in the camera and tell them if I'm bullshitting. But there's some things I cannot say. But I will slide you a game changer on the show.
So let me ask you this. Cause you seem like cause I like how I've been hearing how you talking and stuff, and I can have one of them conversations with you. So, cause from a psychological standpoint, so with you knowing what you know, of course your kids come first, baby mama, but with having black friends or other races as friends, is that important for you to pass on information?
Very. It's like this.
That's how we met.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he was passing information to me.
But that's I just want to, that's something good to talk about for sure.
I'm usually either alone, like super solo alone, or I think I'm usually around mostly my black friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I've got white friends.
Mm-hmm.
They're cool as fuck. But my majority, and it's not even a lot anymore because you narrow your circles down so little by the time you're
That's
47. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my partners right now, I'm worried about. I just heard some shit. I hope it's not true. And tap in, please. Paula, if you're watching, hit me up.
Tap in.
Yeah, because it's crazy. But
I was talking about just the information given to your black friends with knowing what you know. Yes, of course, for finances, businesses, but because you actually understand the game.
Yes.
What's really the play at hand.
It's not that I understand it. I literally watched the early stages as what people today think is the game. I watched that thing get written. I watched that narrative developed, and it was very cynical. And it was done over a couple North Dallas families, tables. And you could sit there at these tables and go, oh my God, this is the next Seinfeld. This is this is where it was all coming from, was far north. I'm not joking.
Snoop, we was in Waffle House, bro.
Yeah.
And like you said, like
we're gonna crack the briefcase.
I'm talking about just information. That's how we started. Like he was letting me know something about a jacket that I had on, and before I know it, we started just diving into all type of stuff. And what's so crazy, some of the stuff he was talking about, I'm like, okay, I know he ain't lying because I'm off into this type of stuff. So I'm like, just as far as like sharing information, I want to say the person who was working the register, what you taught him. He said you taught him how to make $1,000 in like 10 minutes or something like that.
That's Devin. Shout out Devin.
Shout out to Devin. Damn.
Yeah.
Look.
So I'm saying information.
Yeah. And that's damn. I wish I would have been there.
Shout out to Devin. Anyone? Also, if you are a good attorney, go holler at him, please. We need a good attorney for him. Mm-hmm. He got a big charge.
Damn.
Buddy, that was at the Waffle House thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he did not do it.
Talk about this right quick. The direction. Where do you see finances, money, currency? What direction are we headed, man?
Digital, right? So it's going to go digital, and then it's going to go free. And what's going to happen is the digital is going to look like an option. In fact, if you even knew about Korea, if you know about China, if you know about, they're already on digital. 10 years, y'all, a decade ago. The shit that would blow your mind over here on Temu, that has been in their fucking gas stations for 10 years.
That's crazy. And we know that. We be talking about that. Yeah, go ahead,
for real.
Go ahead, though.
Okay? And look, watch this. Here's the racist shit, and I always, this is what I tell my black friends. Okay? Because whenever I get in a whole room and I'm usually the only white dude, I always hear, if I'm around strangers, oh yeah, I hear that white boy shit. I hear it. It just happens. I get it. I would do it too. Okay, I see me. I get it. I would say the same shit about me. So, but here's the thing. Where was I going?
We was talking about.
Okay, so yeah, everyone does this. Ready? And this is about China, man. You wanted every last one of everyone, my Mexican friends, all my black friends, everyone, all my white friends, all of y'all
currency
have gone, what when a Chinese person, when you were a kid. All right? It was when you were a kid and when you didn't know any better until some shit like that happened. Everyone did it. You know what I'm saying? Man, do you understand how off we were? And that was a psyop taught to us as children to separate us. That, you know how close in culture we would be with the Chinese right now had they been at the party? Had it not been, I feel better for your mother. Had it not been that pressed on the culture? Had it been, what up, homie?
Oh, shit.
No, feel where I'm going.
Those are different perspectives, though.
Does this make sense?
Very different perspective.
Do you know where we would be with China?
Right.
Listen, I noticed by traveling multiple countries, American black men are so respected everywhere but here.
Everywhere but here.
Nah, he ain't lying though.
That's
he ain't
a
lying
fact.
because my brother.
Everywhere but here.
That's
It's
a
the
fact.
craziest shit ever.
Nah, you ain't lying.
I'm still trying to feel white privilege. I haven't found that yet, except for in Colorado when I grew a beard out. I got pulled over and let go immediately. And so I was like, oh, that's what that is. I felt it. You know what I mean? That's the first time I felt it. It was like going into Walmart. But like I said, currency, we're going digital, and then we're going to go to here's what they're going to do. It's going to look like an option. Everyone's going to be like, yeah, whatever, dude. I just paid for a Lambo on my NFT. Yeah, that's a fucking mass hallucination. You don't even know that you're injected with nanobots. So what I was going to tell y'all, W-Band, look it up. I'm going to say some things at some key points. It's going to be like Kanye, y'all. All right, I don't have my Kim next to me, so I look like a little crazy right now. All right, but if I had my high-level witch right next to me, I would tell you about the whole tradition and the sacrifice.
Let's go.
We could talk about it.
Oh, look.
Because that's where the
look, Tay, like, hold on.
Hey, check it out. I parked a rental, okay? I'm in a rental. Y'all look for my shit, okay? They're in red Ferraris. You're not going to find them. So here's the thing. We're going to do the digital, okay? Let's go right back before the election, okay? Let's go to the distraction, the 2020 switch. Everything's already known. We know. The script was written. The reason Elon's up in there is he has the Dogecoin. People aren't putting that together. Doge.
With the dog on it. I remember the dog was
It's about to go, you know. And this is not a person that you can take lightly. If he says anything, it's going to happen. And why I say this is because if I decide to go off script at any time, you will change everybody's timeline. Think about how big that is, what I just said.
Right.
Fathom that for a second.
That's deep, though.
Yeah.
I don't think we keep up. I don't know if you was going to be able to keep up with, but that.
Look, if I threw this out in the hallway, right, as somebody was sweeping up or some shit, and they slipped on it and fell and broke their arm, you know what I'm saying? That would have changed the matrix. That shit wouldn't have happened had I not intervened, okay? When you can get quiet, still, and alone in thought, and you get good, not that bad shit, because all you have is bad and good. You don't have anything in between. Nobody does. There's no such thing as, there's no unique thought, and there's no neutral thought. There's not. Meditation is not a thought. If you want to reach neutral, you know what I mean? That's the absence of. If you bring into cognitive recognition any sort of thought, it's either good or bad. It's either, oh shit, there's an old lady, let's cross her across the street, make sure she's okay. Or it's, there's no cameras, that's a Gucci bag and shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, I hope she crosses the street well. Or it's like, fucking old bitch, dude, just taking up time. You have either a good or a bad fucking thought. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, what do you, the observer of the movie, we're all in our own silos, but we're all in the same movie. Why is everyone following a script?
See, but we talk
narrative.
You can break the narrative at any time.
I'm glad you're saying that.
I walk around with a fucking pigeon on my shoulder. I know about breaking the narrative.
Okay, now watch this. And for the people, but you know what's crazy? So many people go say, bro, I'm telling you, so many people say it's easy for you to say that though, because you white. But this is literally what I tell. I be talking about this all the time. And brother, man, said the system, you only trapped in it if you trap yourself in it.
Okay, white.
No, but that's what people go say. You know I'm not lying. We keeping it a buck.
No, I'm keeping it up. I'm keeping it a buck too. Because look, white. When I hear that shit, I take that word as weak. Because I associate most white people as weak. I do. Okay, I grew up. Listen. The confrontations that I ever had physically with white folks, okay, I was ultra violent. I don't think anybody understands that. People would go, oh yeah, then go to the UFC. I would have walked through the fucking UFC at 21. I would have walked through it, every weight class. I would have flicked Conor McGregor.
See, I'm
No.
Oh shit!
I would have killed him. And my setting, it was so manic that it was so serious. It's like this. Let's take it back. I know it sounds like a rant and like I forget everything, but it's a symphony, and I'm speaking things that you can plug and play anywhere, and you can go back at any time. It's almost biblical. Watch. So it's like I was so ultra violent because I thought that's how I had to be to survive. I thought that if the more violent I was, then the less confrontation I'd get in the future. Because someone would look back and go, oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I don't want them.
Yeah, so you see all that,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, for discretion, and I know my kids know a lot, but
just the system in general.
it's okay, see, I have a feeling about something. I got to tell you this either off air or on air. I don't even, but we're keeping it a buck.
Okay.
All right, I noticed this in a lot of the white folks. They were weak, so I was testing it because I'm like, shit, I'm white. Let me see if I'm weak like them. So I'd fight them, and it wasn't even fair. I was fighting the black kids in the neighborhood, and they were crying. Going home crying. Ah! And then I'd get in trouble with their older brothers, and then it looked like I was being racist later on. That shit didn't even exist at first. At first, it was just, we fought. Later on, it was like 1993 when I heard somebody go, oh, you're just, and I was like, me, I'm what? How am I? What the fuck is wrong with them?
Quick question on that. Would you say it came, what would you say some of the violent, because I know you said you look at them like it's weak, but do you feel?
Genetics, dude.
Okay, because that's what I wanted to get to. I know you
100%.
said, and I ain't trying to get too personal,
Yeah,
but
no,
I know you
100%.
said that your mom used to get drunk a lot, so
Check it out.
would you
So
say it
it-
came from inside the house, even though with the resources that maybe triggered some of your old ways,
No, check this out. So, my mother drank the entire pregnancy with me. I was born borderline AFS, that alcohol fetal syndrome. That's what they call that. Let me explain what that is. I was protected so much by our Creator that when I was brought into a very violent world, okay, even with a mother that was not very maternal and was drinking where she should be taking fucking vitamins, okay, those Masons that made the doctors and all this bullshit that everyone goes and runs to their pharmacists for, whatever, what happened is, see, I'm going blank on what I'm talking about.
No, you
'Cause I have
good.
information that's not supposed to be.
Yeah, no, and I didn't want to, get
No,
personal.
he was
I
just talking- he was
asking
talking-
what you said.
So-
Right. He was just talking about just the aggression, like where that,
Okay,
the
so
violence,
yes.
what your violence came from.
So what it was people that have ADHD,
I got it too.
then watch
I'm gonna
this.
feel bad.
This is going to prove this 100%. Anyone that's been told they have ADHD, if you've had a hard time ever just kind of fitting in, if you've ever kind of like always known you were just a little bit different, but everywhere you go, your energy's high and people come to you, or animals flock to you, or children are cool with you, all right? If you kind of always had to let your friends shine, you know what I'm saying? And if you really want to get real, you've never even really fucking tried.
Shit coming easy.
Because if you try, it's not fair. Now I'm talking to y'all.
No,
That's a fact.
my dad, my people,
That's a fact.
they, they said I was hyper, all that, what you just said, and they wanted to put me on riddling, but they substituted for a calm child.
You know
so
what
I know
happened?
what you mean when you say that. All the time I could be talking 2-3 minutes straight and lose train of everything.
Right now, do you
Time
know
to get
what I
back
would
on
do?
track.
Right now in this room, I would have him watching absolutely everything on cameras. His only job would to be going, guys, and as soon as we heard him say a word, what's your name again, boss?
Angel.
Angel. He'd be the angel, and he would go, right? You and you, with your demeanor, your ADD, and all that bullshit you were diagnosed, let me put you in a fucking war zone. Let me hand you an AR-15, and let me say when that door is breached, you have to just fire down Just cut them in half. That is your job. Cut them in half. Do not ask questions. Angel, make sure that you can say, hey, because as soon as he cuts them in half, you are going to plan the way out of this motherfucker.
For sure.
And we are going to follow you out.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be calm, cool, collected, and you are going to be a fucking force to reckon with if anyone interrupts that while you are in your focus.
Facts. Yeah, that's a bird, Britt. That's
He's
a bird.
chill.
Hand the dog
He's
on
chill.
mine.
Look, country strong just is not just in the muscle. It's here too.
Yeah.
You're all the way country
That's a
with
fact.
it. And you would be that sergeant that would literally take everyone the fuck through something at the end of a really bad situation.
I used to always tell Mom, I said, Mom, I can lead 1,000,000 men. She said, oh, Snoop, you sound crazy as hell. Mom, you know I ain't lying. Look, Mama, you would tell, let me know, bro. But on some real stuff, though, like, I like the fact that, and to a lot of people, like we said, it may seem, this conversation may seem everywhere for them,
It
whatever.
is. That's me.
But at the same time, though, like you said, everything still come together beautifully, like, for the message part. Like, you know what I'm saying? The message.
Yeah, if you feel it, you feel it, yeah.
But let me ask you, before we keep going, like I said, we ain't got that much time. Talk about a little bit about the drone business,
Okay.
some of the other endeavors that you got. You got the drone business,
man.
the aquarium. Just talk a little bit about that, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so yeah, I've turned over a new leaf, y'all. I'm legit. So for about 30 years, I've been competitively in the aquatic game. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I felt like I was good at.
And when you say aquatic, can you break that down
Saltwater,
for somebody who might
freshwater, brackish, like you name it.
Okay.
Marine biology was my thing. College Station, shout out. I'm not an Aggie, but I did fuck with A&M. Just anything that has to do with water parameters. Mm-hmm. I even went into, I can say it, the name brand shot, Leslie's Pool, and I was over all their chemicals. I was teaching water chemistry and stuff like that, everything. I know too much. I overstand it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes complete sense.
And so what was cool is early on in my 20s, when I had that energy, people were really drawn, and I didn't even understand it, and it was tenfold, it was crazy. And I had a wife, and she's on a higher level. Mm-hmm. She that's why I said I'm Kanye, she's Kim. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was like at that we were just very magnetic, and the city is drawn to everyone up until 27. After you're 27, you get pushed to the side until 33. After 33, you are let into the business realm on a different level completely.
And this is all the aquarium business.
This is every business. But when I was getting into the aquarium business, this is how I discovered all of this.
Okay, so
if you're a 20-year-old nowadays, the only way you're going to make your money is online.
Like serious money.
You're not going to outwork the Generation X.
Yeah,
you guys will get blisters on your fucking PlayStations. Okay?
Right.
There's no way you're going to outwork fucking Victor and Jose that have cutthroat, have to be here and not get caught. That are going to do the job for cheap. You see what I'm saying? And unfortunately, guess who our 20-year-olds have to compete with? Motherfucking AI.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's a fact.
See, all we had to compete with was each other.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
It was just the best man win.
Right.
Damn.
So would you say to someone? So with that being said, with you being a grower and everything like that, would you say for somebody who just not really getting into the business is still a good investment? And what's the way to start? Like what's the credentials needed to?
I'll break the game. Y'all want to get rich right away? If anyone here has money, then you get the head start. So whoever has money, while you listen to what I'm saying, you can just do it. Okay? For those that know what I'm saying is real, but you don't have a dollar, it's gonna fucking suck listening to this show, because you're gonna be hitting your head and going, holy shit, if I just had this and this and I know. Welcome to my world. So take it how you want it, but here you go. Genetics, metaverse, that's it. Intellectual property patents. Hello, the growers. Kyle Cushman didn't even know that his name was being mentioned in every rap song in the South until I told him. He goes, what? They're saying my name? I don't even listen to rap, dude. Kyle Cushman.
For the ones who don't
started
know.
Kush.
Right.
Okay, yes, he was my.
I didn't even know that.
Right.
He was my veganic organic teacher. So, anyway.
Damn. Go ahead.
I was part of the original Kush crew, early 90s. They know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So
you going in? No, you ain't going in the briefcase.
I'm tapping in.
Oh, he going in the briefcase.
All right.
Oh, hold on. Where are my gloves at?
Yeah.
Motional. What's this? First off, what am I reading right here?
You're holding a 2nd-degree felony.
Oh.
1996. That's when Lou Sterrett was rocking.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you went into that. It was Cho-Chos and you were still smoking squares and shit. It was before bands with the little on commissary.
Look at that tape.
Yeah, dude.
So
and that's dual counties. It was so bad. I'm living proof that you can have the worst events ever and then live literally, I feel like, the best life.
And you said the metaverse. You said the metaverse, right?
Yeah.
One more time.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Nah, he ain't bullshitting.
I ain't gonna say that.
Right. Nah, that's why I didn't say it.
Oh, it ain't no child shit when he said.
That's why I said I ain't gonna. That's your business.
I walked my motherfucking paperwork. All right. I know a couple y'all watching are going like this right now.
Oh.
I know a couple y'all watching
in
are
for
sitting
some
in
gems
fucking
tonight.
$1 million. Hey, $1 million homes, $500,000 cars. They're all Charlie Kirk in it. All right, they know what I'm talking about. I made a few of them. I'm not a hater. That's why I don't say their names. I wish them well.
There we go. Before I finish up, you got any more?
Okay, guys. To get rich in the metaverse, what you want to do is this. If you're going to get into the cannabis game, you can get all the credentials. Cool, that's fine, that's dandy. It's just a bunch of shiny shit and badges, right? What you really want is a cubicle. Rent you out some office space. Okay? And when you get this office space, all you got to do is call someone in Israel.
Oh!
Okay? And then you get all clearance on original genetics. That's like asking Michael Jordan if you can have his original pair of shoes. And him going, yeah, you can have those. And then turning around and going, oh, could you have them signed too real quick, sir? And then hitting the net. I'm giving you that. Here's what you do. You make your plug, and they're happy as fuck to ship to America, no matter what our presidency says. And because what's going on is not what's going on, and what's going on is not what's going on. And if you guys want to get really wealthy, you'll take your little nest egg money that you have, you'll get office space, and you will invest in genetics, and you will do genetic splicing. You will literally collect all the genetics to all the strains. Here's why. Strains are only good for 15 years. The OG Ghost that I loved when you asked, and I kind of hesitated on answering what my favorite is because half of our audience will be like, oh, he's either an old head and I'll lose relevancy, or they'll go, oh, I've never heard of it because it's already been that 15-year gap.
Right.
And it's already gone.
Right.
All right? We, in the community, in the cannabis game, a few of us growers have set back like some nerds put back baseball cards. We were putting back seeds. All right. And so I was able during COVID to contact a lot of the rappers, a lot of the celebrities, everyone that was forced to be on the internet and no longer at the club. I was able to contact everybody and go, hey, this is what we can do. And everybody was down with it. Do you remember how you felt on that bubble gum when Ludacris dropped that one album?
Right.
I have that strain.
You got that shit.
See? So it's like...
I ain't gonna lie, that shit in there smell good.
Oh, yeah, no, this is crazy.
We got 1 minute.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to. I didn't mean to cut you off, big dog. But hey, I promise y'all this will not be the last time that y'all see us with our boy, man, Dr. Beck.
Yeah, no, come. I won't blaze next time. I won't be so scattered.
Take closing remarks though before we go.
I just want to thank everybody. I know there's been these last few weeks has been a different. We've been on YouTube because we've been on Facebook for so long. So I appreciate everybody that has came over from Facebook to YouTube and that constantly share. And I just want to say, man, thank my boy Dr. Kway for coming through with us, man.
Yes,
I met him at Waffle House. We was chopping it up like best buds. One thing led to another.
That's right.
And we here. My boy came through, so I just want to say I appreciate him.
And that's what good conversation do, y'all. We get to going literally like, and it's good because me and Tay like that anyway, like just to get to talking about everything.
Yeah.
But you listen to this podcast tonight, you know what I'm saying?
real.
We know, I ain't gonna say hopefully. We know y'all heard something that, you know, that you can just use, maybe, you know what I'm saying, just put in rotation, you know what I'm saying?
This was one of a kind episode.
I really just appreciate it because it's an opportunity. And so I feel weird about ever giving advice because everyone who takes my advice, they'll do it better than I did it. You'll probably do it way better than I ever did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm really kind of fucked up about giving advice when really I also do lean on Jesus Christ. I do. And his name's Yeshua HaMashiach.
Come on.
And so when you pray in his name, it really helps. When you actually fast before prayer, it really helps. Try tapping in when you want to tap in.
Come on now.
That's all that is.
That's
Come on now. We gone, y'all.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week, man, for episode 97. We almost said 100, y'all. Y'all continue to protect y'all energy, and we'll see y'all next week. We love y'all. We gone.
Nice.
Let's get up out of here.
So that's
But I gotta brag. I don't fuck with bitches. They gon' switch up, claim that other flag. I can name 100 ways to get some money. You know that's a fact.